Good evening, ladies. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well tonight. It is January 4th. I had to think about that. Okie dokie. All right, I think we got everything going. All right, I can bring this in just a little bit. And yep, that's my notebook that has all of our Sunday fun days in it. And we are planned through February. I just finished designing February, so, which I'm thrilled. Okay, so let's get started. Tonight we are going to be building a scrapbook page. A single scrapbook page, and this is actually the last page in my Alaska book, and then Alaska is done. Hi Patty, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. All right, one thing shows me people here, another thing doesn't show me anything. Oh my goodness, this technology. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. So I don't know if I'm going to use these. I just had them as scrap and I thought, well, maybe. All right, so we have some embellishments and everything on my desk is all stacked accordingly. So let's move a few things. So I have some embellishments. I'm just going to set that aside. I have my photos. These are of Mr. Nate on his first cruise with us. And yeah, he was pretty thrilled. So, and then I have some photo mats. So my photos are 3x4s, and my photo mats are going to be 3.5 by 4.5 because I want a slightly wider photo mat to go with these photos. Okay, it's not showing me any comments. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okie dokie. So, single page, we don't need that sticky note. And then we have a piece of cardstock that is 3.5 by 11 3/4. I have 2 strips of the same pattern paper that are 1/2 inch by 10.5 inches. And there's 2 of those. I have a specialty paper, and this one, I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. It is embossed with some little snowflakes. I don't know. Oh, yeah, you can kind of see it. So this piece is 1.5 by 9 3/4. This is on the online exclusives. So this premiered in September, I think. It is lovely. And then I have a very subdued pattern paper that is 2 by 11. And then I have my base. And my base tonight, I am building it on pattern paper. Now this is the one side. The other side is more floral, which does not go with my photos. But this paper comes from the collection called Peaceful Gardens. It is gorgeous. And I'm going to use that paper the entire month of January for all of our Sunday fun days. Just so you know. And this is our single layout, and then we will be doing some cards, sympathy cards actually, the rest of the month, because it seems to be that is what we usually need, sadly, but that is what we're needing. So I am going to start with my 3.5 by 11 3/4 inch piece of cardstock. And I think I am going to dovetail these. I was on the fence. I didn't know if I wanted to or not. But, you know, I think I do. I think I want to dovetail these sheets, each of the pieces. So let's start with that. So I am going to just slightly pinch, get this down here in the corner, and I'm going to cut up. And that created my dovetail. And let's see, let's get me here. Okay, there we go. So now I am there, and I am going to just dry fit this at approximately 1 inch from the bottom. I'm just going to place it there. I'm not gluing anything yet. I want to kind of get all my bits and pieces. Next, I'm going to do the 2 by 11 piece, and I'm going to dovetail that as well. And again, I'm just going to pinch. Now, this is a wood grain that was from close to my heart. So I pinch, I'm cutting from the bottom, which is where the point is, and then this is the folded side, but I did not fully close that, so to speak. I just pinched and my paper went flying. This is going to go above and they're going to overlap each other. Now I'm going to take that specialty paper, the 1.5 by 9 3/4, and we're going to dovetail that piece. Now this piece might be a little more challenging to dovetail. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. And this piece is going to come down here and overlap. And then we're going to do our 2 little 1/2 inch by 10.5 inch piece. And since it is so tiny, I am not going to try the bend method. I am going to do just the regular snip method. One is going on the top, and one is going to go on the bottom. Now I kind of want to be mindful of where I placed the dovetail. And let's do this side. Perfect. And that one is going to come down here. And I think I want that to kind of lay next to that one and then let this specialty paper overlap. I think that's the way I want it. Now the question is, should I ink up the edges? I'm kind of thinking yes, just because they're kind of blending right in with my background. So I'm going to grab Espresso and a blending tool. I have a blending tool right here. I just need to grab Espresso and the sponge. Okay. Did you have a good Christmas, Patty? And a good New Year? New Year's Eve? We were pretty low-key here at home. So I'm just going to ink up my edges just to bring a little more definition to each of the layers. Can't believe 2 weeks has flown by and it's time to go back to the grindstone. Back to work we go. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. So this striped piece that I have here, this is from a collection, a close to my heart collection called Gnomes for Winter, I think. I think that was the name of it. And I was like, okay, why am I holding on to some of this paper? I need to use it up. And so I brought a little bit of it into this collection from Stampin' Up, which is kind of nice because all these colors are so similar that I was like, yes, it all matches. Oh, Josh came in. Okay. For some reason, again, I'm not getting... And he stayed until yesterday. Oh, that's so awesome. I hope you were able to visit with him. Is it bad of me that I kind of want a snow day tomorrow? I know, it's bad. We only have a half a day with the kids, and then we can work in our offices tomorrow, so. But still, it's like, oh, I was just starting to sleep in. Oh, good, you got to visit him. I'm so happy to hear that. I hope you guys took some pictures when he was home. We took, let's see, pictures, but of course, nothing from New Year's Eve. Then again, we didn't do anything. Trying to think, what did we do? I crafted, Matt watched TV. Oh, you took pictures. Good job, Patty. And I think we were in bed by like 10:30. I'm like, okay, this is really bad. I'm like, we can't even stay awake past 11 o'clock. I'm sure the alarm clock is going to go off tomorrow morning, and I'm going to be like, no, I'm not ready. All right, there, we got all those parts inked up. So now let's go back to building. So I am going to put this blue piece down first. Yes, I want the dark side. Dark side up. Yeah, last night I went over to a friend's house and we scrapped for a bit and just, you know, had a good time chit-chatting and getting together, which always is nice. All right, so this piece, which is our 3.5 by 11 3/4 piece, I am going to put it at about 1.5 inches from the bottom. 1.5 from the bottom, right there. Okay, and then we knew we wanted one of those skinny pieces to go right along the edge of it and have them touching side to side. So I'm going to put that on next. Just like that. And then our textured piece is going to overlap those by just a little bit. It's going to overlap more on the frosted or whatever cloud cover, I believe is the name of it, from Stampin' Up. I think that's the name of it, cloud cover. It's such a pretty color. So I'm going to overlap them by about 1/8 of an inch. Because I still want to be able to see the stripe. Now the wood grain is going to come up here, and I'm going to let it overlap that cloud cover a bit more. I must be getting, no, I'm not at the end of a roll. I'm still trying to figure out like the angle that it needs to be at for it to come out smoothly. And I notice if it's on something bumpy, it does not roll as well. It really has to be on a solid surface. Okay, so our wood grain, let's see, I'm gonna go at about 4 inches from the bottom, because that's a nice overlap, just like that. And then this piece is going to overlap that, just that little bit right there. So it's, again, going to probably be close to like 1/8 of an inch of an overlap. Right there. There we go. All right, let's get our photos prepped. So we have 2 photos. And then I have 2 photo mats. Let's ink up our mats just a little. Just so we have that continuity. Now, starting Tuesday, the new January through April catalog will be live. And let me tell you, that one's a good one. There's a lot in that book that I want. And again, I have to pace myself. So that one will go live on Tuesday. We need just a little more ink. And then new online exclusives will also be starting on Tuesday. And then, let's see, there will be a new kit, 2 new kits also on Tuesday. And then the last thing that will start on Tuesday also will be called bonus days. So every time you spend $50, you will get a coupon code for $5 to use in February. And the new product of the month will be released on Tuesday also. So there's a lot of stuff coming on Tuesday. So be ready. And I might do a catalog walkthrough Tuesday night when I get home from work. We'll see how that day goes. If not, I will try to do maybe a pre-recorded one at some point this week. It just depends on the week, because I do have one IEP I have to write this week. All right, I think I want my photos to kind of go something like that. So let's pull those embellishments. Now, these 2 die cuts, and this is the Stampin' Up Peaceful Garden Glitter. Oh, is it pretty? It's so pretty. And then this die, it's a new one. It comes out on Tuesday. I cannot remember the name of it, but both of these are in it, and it's fabulous. Fabulous. All right, so my title is change of scenery, because obviously we were not here in Michigan with all this beautiful ocean water. So that is my title. And I think I want my title sort of like that. And then I did another circle for down here. And let's give that a little inking. And I used the specialty paper for it, just because I thought, oh, you know, Alaska, snow, those kind of go together. Oh, maybe I want this one up a little higher, and then we can bring this like that. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, and then I had stamped this little bear with the hot cocoa, and then I did the just breathe and live life. That was a close to my heart. So is the bear. And so were those. So I was thinking like the little bear, he could kind of almost be sitting on that. Well, I can't see the circle, so let's maybe move the circle. We'll move that photo down just a hair. And then these, we're going to get tucked up here. Like that. That big one up there, and then this little one down here. So we have that little bit carrying down and across. I think I like that. That looks good. I mean, again, I don't want too much glitz and glam since, you know, my subject is a boy. But it is going in my book, so we could have a little. All right, let's put this one more, I think, well, I don't think it needs to be super straight on. I'm going to go a little on the wonky side. And let's put this one a little on the wonky side also. Okay, I'm going to do that. All right, let's put our circle down next, and we will work on this embellishment cluster. And we don't want to cover up his shirt. His shirt says Alaska. Okay, there we go. Let's put some foam on the back of the bear. This was actually, I think, a stamp of the month, if I'm not mistaken. And I had, you know, cute little wildlife, and I was like, oh, I like it with a little cup of hot cocoa or whatever it's having, whatever beverage. But I thought that was kind of appropriate for this type of page. Okay, this we will use liquid glue in a moment. Let's grab that. Okay, I'm going to put my bear down next, kind of right there. Okay, we're going to put him there. And I probably should have, oh, that'll fit just fine. It's going to cover one of his feet. But before I do that, let's put that, what do you call it? What is that thing called? Sprig. There we go. Let's put this little sprig down. I'm going to use my Bearly Arts glue. Okay, and I want it tucking underneath. Okay, excellent. right there. Perfect. All right, change of scenery. Let's add some foam to this. And again, before I take all the foam adhesive off, I'm going to adhere the large sprig and then come back and peel. Okay, and again, I don't want to cover up too much. There. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. I'm telling you, I love Stampin' Up dies. They are just so incredible. Just so incredible. Oh, I just love them. Okay, let's just press that down just for a second. Excellent. And now we can peel the backing off of our circle. And then I have, I think they're called Hues of Blue dots. I think that's the name of them. All right, it's a little too close to his head, but it's all right. There we go. So these are called Hues of Blue flowers. Now, they're really, I guess they could be flowers. They could be, here, let me show you a darker one. So they kind of do look like flowers, right? Or snowflakes. So I was thinking of using this nice dark one, adding a couple of those to my two clusters. As soon as I find my take your pick tool. Oh, it's on my desk. That's why I can't find it. Oh, let's get my glue pin back in the glue. There we go. All right, so I'm going to use this big one here. And I'm going to use another big one. Yeah, no, I'm going to go here with it. And they're very thin. They're not super dimensional, which is kind of nice. Let's see. I think I'll go down here. And now we have one more to put. I don't think I want it there. Oh, yes, I like it there. So I did a large one and then two smalls here. This actually might be a medium. I can't tell. All right, so we did one there. I'm going to go one there. Now we got to do one more. I don't know. I don't know where I want it. So you know what? I'm not going to. I have 5 total on the page. So all I have left to do would be my journaling, and I will probably do that in journal strips. And it just, you know, very simple, you know, something about his first cruise, the fact that we were in Alaska, and I will put down at the bottom 2024 with my marker, because that is the year we went, was in 2024. So that is our page for tonight. Now our cards, next Sunday we will be making a very simple card. I'm trying to do like the first Sunday of the month, we will do a layout. The second Sunday will be a simple card. And then from that point on, then we will be doing fancy folds or 3-dimensional items. So if there is something that you would like to learn how to do, please put it in the comments so that I can research whatever that is that you're interested in trying to make. Maybe it is a fancy fold and you're like, I just can't figure out how to do this, and you know, things like that. So again, let me know what it is. This video will move. It will stay here on Facebook for 30 days and then Facebook will delete it. But this week I will also make a copy of it and move it over to the YouTube channel. And please go over there, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and leave a comment. And if you decide to make this layout, post a picture of yours so that we can all see what you have created. All right, have a super evening, and I will see all of you next Sunday for Sunday Fun Day. Good night.